Did you know that you're just the third rookie to have consecutive scoring and rebound double-doubles with Chet and Wemby?
I did not know that. Just trying to get rebounds and finish lobs, playing with energy. So.
How surprised were you draft night when you went 57?
I was very surprised, honestly. I felt like my senior year in college, I was added a lot to my game, whether it be the passing, the blocking shots, rebounding at a high level, finishing, basically everything, improving my game, leading my teams to win. I felt like that's why I came back. And but at the end of the day, I didn't know what the situation was with my agents, and I tweeted it right before they told me, and then they told me that we were waiting for a guarantee, but they didn't tell me because they didn't want it not to fall through, so they didn't want me to have my hopes up. But at the end of the day, I play with a chip on my shoulder anyway, so it is what it is.
This is technically a team that traded you that you played tonight. I mean, does that thought go through your mind at all today?
Not necessarily. I never was – Washington, I think, called me on draft. I think it was draft day. They called me. Them and the Spurs called me, and they said, we're thinking about taking you. I think it was early in the second. We're probably going to get a pick. And then I was like, okay. And then it didn't happen, and so I wasn't. And then all of a sudden they called me. My agents called me, said the Warriors are trading Washington's pick. I was like, okay. So it is what it is at that point. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm blessed to play with these guys.
Steve said that you kind of remind him a bit of Andrew Bogut. Are you familiar with Andrew as a player? He was a key player in the beginning of this dynasty.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a little taller than me, but we got some similar attributes. He was a lob threat as well. He was a really, really good passer. I feel like he's an underrated passer. But that's something that I still need to expand on, my passing and just knowing where guys want to be, where to get them the ball. But I'm learning. It's my rookie season, so I just got to continue to get better and grind.
Feels like you're a good mix of kind of like a rim runner with some of that Bogut type game. Are you trying to be a kind of that combo?
Yeah, absolutely. Still post still needs to get there. I had it a lot in college, and the split actions and stuff of that nature. So trying to get back into that flow, but being a screener and rolling to the rim, especially with shooters around you, what big man wouldn't love that?
They often say that, shooting you can get in a groove for shooting. Do you feel like you can even do that rebounding and attacking the glass on either end?
Absolutely. That's kind of how I am as a player. I'm an energy guy, and when I get a block or a dunk, it just raises my energy, and then start jumping a little higher for rebounds, and then I start getting more ripping rebounds out of guys' hands, stuff of that nature. So just energy and playing with physicality.
Do you feel like you're in that groove at this moment?
Absolutely. I feel like the game against Portland really helped boost my confidence. My teammates put a lot of confidence in me, and then Boston the same. And then going into tonight, you just got to continue to play with that confidence.
As you're getting more minutes in the last few games, do you feel the game slowing down, or how do you feel yourself maturing or evolving?
Yes, I feel it slowing down a lot, actually. When I remember, actually, I'll say this. When I started in the preseason against Sacramento, it was pretty slow, and then I was never used to coming off the bench, because in college I started every game and never had to experience that, and so trying to find that groove and find that rhythm was big for me, and that's kind of why I struggled, I feel like, in the beginning. But after I got my routine down and got everything like that ready, and then I feel like it's been a lot better since.
Can you take me through that sequence where it was you had a block on one end and a lob from Chris on the other, kind of in like 10 seconds?
Mm-hmm. Just timing the ball, playing with that energy. Coach always says, if your guy's on weak side, go and try to get it. So that's what I was trying to do. Got it, and then saw CP, called for it, and then I told him that I was there if he wanted to screen, and then the rest is the rest. So.
I think he said the other night, he told you, like, I've made a lot of big guys, money.
No, absolutely. He has, and he's a great teammate. He's great to play with. Just the way that he talks about the game, he's always trying to help me in certain situations, and he's a great vet.
I mean, how cool do you view that as a rookie that, probably 10 years from now you can tell people, you played rookie year with Chris Paul as a point guard?
No, absolutely. Playing with Chris and Steph and all of these guys, and they're going to be in the Hall of Fame, which is just, it's a blessing starting your career out here and just being able to play with guys like this. It's not ordinary having this many legendary people on your team.
Cool video and just the night for Jordan.
Oh, it was great. Gave me chills watching that tribute video, and it just shows you how fast time really moves when you play pro ball. And it was great to see the fan reception for Jordan. He deserved it. It was like walking down memory lane. Watching that tribute video was special.
What do you think of how, I mean, Trayce these past 2 games in particular, but him, Pajemski, Jonathan, all of these young guys have really stepped up and also gotten a lot more just like playing room and time than in years past?
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. We've had injuries, guys out the lineup, and our rookie class has been really special this year. I know BP didn't shoot the ball as well as he wanted to tonight, but he fills up the stat sheet every time he's out there, and he plays as hard as he can, and he made a huge impact, obviously, with the best plus-minus of the starting 5. And then when it comes to Trayce Jr., his ability to keep blocking shots and rebound and catch lobs, it's another double-double, 2 in a row, double-doubles. We got a steal, 2 steals.
Do you follow the draft like on draft night?
I'll watch the first 10 picks because it's such a cool experience for young players, but it's hard to keep up the whole time. But it's always fun to watch the draft.
Do you like check in at the end of the draft, like who did the Warriors get, or do you just learn when you go to camp essentially?
Yeah, I'll see who we draft. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm mostly asking because you got Trayce 57th.
Wow.
And I mean, are you coming to camp? You guys have had picks come and go, late picks, sometimes not even on the roster. Like, when did you know, like, oh, we got a center at 57 that can play now?
Well, I just looked up his resume in college, and it was incredibly impressive. I mean, he averaged like 20 and 10, and was a player of the year, I think, in his conference, or at least an All-American. And anytime you get a player like that who's ready to contribute, it's awesome.
Could you tell in camp?
Yeah, I could tell he could be a force in this league.
Talked about Brandon's hustle. He's among the league leaders in charges taken. Moses is up there in charges taken, took another one tonight. What is that sort of, the fact that the rookies are doing sort of that gritty under the radar stuff, how much does that matter? And what kind of boost does that give the team?
Oh, it's huge. It's why they play so many minutes, and it's why they continue to stay on the floor, is because of the hustle plays they do make. And Brandon saved a game for us this year from one of them, and Mo continues to cement himself in the rotation because of that hustle he brings.
Just a quick follow-up. What was that like in Portland? As Steve said, it's pretty rare, very rare, to see basically a game-winning charge.
It was awesome, and one of the highlights of the season, and has allowed us to continue this win streak. So hopefully tomorrow, go for win number 5 and go to Denver with a free swing.
Klay, you've obviously played against guys who have been your teammates before or go elsewhere. What first game against somebody after they've been your teammate, especially for several seasons and a title like Jordan, is that almost like, he's not here, but does that kind of make it sink in that, this is just an opponent at this point?
Yeah, it was weird, but still got to be a pro and go out there and win the game. And at that point, Jordan's our opponent. After the game, you can reminisce about all the great times, which we will do, and it's nothing more than that.
What's Kuminga giving you guys kind of consistently lately?
An incredible finisher in the paint, incredible defender, and just someone who is so good attacking the rim and getting the free throw line, adding a whole new dimension to our attack on offense. Nice.
That it? Cool. Thank you. There you go.
Heads up.